Welcome back for your twin flame reading for Aries. Now, in the video, I'm going to incorporate after the read earth, air, fire, water, depending on who you're dealing with in your twin flame connection, with additional energies of the blocks that are, transforming their direct 3D situation. Now, also, I'd like to wish you guys a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And those of you who have been watching for a very long time and you've been beautiful subscribers, I'd like to really wish you from the bottom of my heart all love and light, and I hope to see you during the month as well as next year. For those of you who are new, I'd like to really welcome you, and I hope you stay. We have live sessions during the month for twin flames as support. I'm psychic, I get downloads, so I give you the downloads as I'm getting them. So sometimes there's warning when I come live, other times it's directly I try and put a video up and then we come live. But I'm going to try and have more of a structured schedule next year for that factor. But we'll get tucked into your reading and we'll see the frequencies of what is coming through for you guys. Now, the energy for Aries at the moment, either in their 3D mind, they're meditating upon this, so they're having the aha moment, or if they're in a karmic situation, this is what's physically happening with them. Now, a karmic situation doesn't have to be a relationship. So bear in mind, even with the Three of Swords, it directly can be a work-related, child-related, block-related dynamic. It doesn't have to be a physical person. Lessons come from different situations. But the crowning energy of what's coming up is, looking at the situation and going, I've been stuck between a rock and a hard place, and having the aha moment about it. So they're having a wake-up call. Now, if they are in a karmic situation, if they have in the past perhaps done this to you, this is now happening to them, or they're mentally processing it. Regardless, it's a healthy energy because it's an energetic download to the point they're gaining some clarity. In their 3D life at the moment, they're directly dealing with delays. It's creating a 360 for them. They're looking at it and they're going, oh my gosh, have I really gone the right road? Have I really taken the right route to actually get to the correct path that is going to be for my better good? They do directly towards you feel this romantic connection, but they feel like they're coming in like the page, and they're like, can I really be coming to you in this way? Now, again, it's like they're very emotional when they're trying to come towards you, even if it's just in their mind. The way they're telepathically communicating with you, it feels very emotional and remorseful, connected to what has gone. Now, whatever has been taken from them had made them who they were at the point when there were dynamics in your twin flame connection. But not only that, what is transpiring right now is having them help them see the other side of the fence in some shape or form. But they're having, it's like literally a wake-up call. They're very deeply looking at you and knowing that the deep spiritual connection is with you. But right now where they're at, they're feeling very unhappy and very emotional about the path that they're going on. They don't feel that it's quite worked. Now, this energy can be them meditating upon what you did to them, or it can be what you've done, vice versa. So the energies can swap. Regardless, this is also something that has physically happened to them. So it's almost like the Three of Swords energy, where people have done this to them, they've done it to you, and they're getting the download. They're having to have a lot of courage in order to move forward. They know they have the tools, but they're very fatigued, especially connected to the aspect of the shadow area of Venus. It's making them feel this frequency heightened, but it's inside that's really festering before it comes out, almost like the calm before the storm. And I do feel January is very storm-like activity connected to ending karmic cycles as well. So any residue that hasn't been resolved in December, especially since our ego can tell us, hey, this isn't a right time. We need to be fair connected to family or loved ones or children, etc. It's not that that's wrong, but sometimes it's like, is there ever really a good time to make a decision that is for your higher good? Sometimes in making the delays, the body finally comes to a breaking point, and that's where the blocks sometimes are very handy, where the blocks to their pathway to happiness can make them or break them. But if it breaks them, it does make them. So regardless, it's always a good thing. The blocks that they're dealing with in their 3D life are they're having to deal with the conflict with another person and be very friendly and compassionate, understanding. And it might be past life karma that they're actually having to, oh goodness, someone who they hadn't been talking to take on the other person's frequency of compassion and understanding. It can also be that you're blocking them because you do have that energy and they're thinking, I'm so not deserving of this after what's transpired. Whoever they were directly dealing with, it still feels the frequency of you. I'm seeing two areas of separation and they're not handling either one of it, but most of the energy of the pain they're feeling is connected to you. I don't know why I'm laughing. I feel it could even be you guys, where it's like this 360 of them going, crap, and the energy can go both ways, where you already experience voluntarily this frequency, and that it can even be your clarity coming through, where you're sitting there and thinking, gosh, what have I been through this year? What have I been over through my journey? They're doing this as well, but they've had other people do this to them in some shape or form, prioritizing work, prioritizing friendships, other people, and then it's sort of seeped over into them and over to you. So it's gone both ways. Even their ambition connected to work and having to use that to move forward, thinking that that's what was needed in connection, being the breadwinner, being the provider, being grounded and stable, and very playful, I'm saying. It's really been a block for them to pull their walls down because the facade, to a degree, had been so there for so long that they physically felt angry about that kind of vibration, but at the same time, they actually outgrew it to a degree, and I really do feel Aries at the end of the year are going to be deeply reflecting on what is and what isn't for them, and it's a very strong message coming through. Now, if Aries is dealing with earth signs, they do wish to communicate with you. They also want you to know they're very faithful to this connection regardless of what's transpired. They also do have a very deep, deep loving connection for you. They're hoping you will accept them kindly and graciously, as well as that you've held yourself where you are. Again, I am feeling they may be trying to tune into what is going on with you. Air signs. They feel you've taken this playful energy on and they adore the fact that you're very playful in your frequency. It can be that they're concerned that because of who you are, somebody else may wish for you. But they do want to have this connection before they get older. So they know that you're not going to be waiting around forever, that it's a young, immature energy coming through. And they're aware of your mindset connected to this, but they also know that you're not judging them. They also know that your vibration's changed and, you know, nothing knocks you down. You pick yourself back up, you keep going, so to speak. But also with it, they also feel that they're not home without you. So there's an aspect of playfulness with you, but there's an aspect of maturity as well. And they just feel they can't have that dynamic with another person. They are concerned for the Aries energy. They're concerned about home and they're trying to work out how this is going to work together. So there might be a proximity, there might be accommodation related issues for those of you who are dealing with this. So those twins that are dealing with the air signs, it's either you guys are dealing with home related or they're dealing with it. I'm sort of feeling it's them. But it's sort of like both of you bringing your plans together to feel home together. That's what they're kind of getting to a point they're trying to meditate upon. Fire signs. They also know that you may be away, you might be on vacation. It feels you don't want to keep putting the work in either. You can't have a one-sided connection. They also know that you are on a spiritual journey and you're transforming, and they know that you have a lot to offer them. They know that you are very giving when it comes to the connection, but they also know that your energy is actually very focused on your own physical path. And this is actually, regardless of how kind they are, they feel it's been you that's been kind. They also, you know, are dealing with the emotions of the separation, especially with the umbilical cord being cut to a degree when you finally released. They're sensing that frequency. And they did have great ambitions with this situation, despite the fact of 3D situations transpiring, either Three of Swords in a sense of work, children, or even commitments to a degree with friendships hindering the connection. Aries, if you're dealing with water signs, you may not be in communication and they're not really hearing what's going on with you guys. It's quite secretive. It's quite to the point where they're wondering what on earth is going on. But again, they're trying to move beyond this. I do feel they're going to communicate with you, be it your side or their side. There's communication coming in. Can be downloads as well. Doesn't have to be direct 3D conversations. But it can be a gift to some degree coming. A Christmas card, Happy New Year. They also noticed that you're not seeking them out to find out what they're doing, but they're trying to do that towards you, or vice versa. Again, however this fits. Remember, we're masculine and feminine. So a lot of the times, especially when we look at our twin flame readings, this is a general reading. Their frequencies can come through in the read. Now, I will say that by the end of the year, I would not be surprised if anyone who is in a karmic situation that was not vibrationally meant for their higher good, it will come crashing down very quickly. I'm also feeling that a lot of the collective will be experiencing this at a vibrational level. Some of us, there might be a calm before the storm, and some of this energy may actually transpire in January. The reason I'm saying January is because a lot of people within the ego state, well, this is not the correct time to do what we need to do in order to move our life in such a messy way forward. If it's divinely guided, it will happen without their warning, and they may show up without warning, regardless of whatever your 3D situation is. It will be for you to keep the balance in the situation and keep grounded during. But we do need to be mindful that we have a total lunar eclipse in January, and this is where some of these frequencies may finalise in a sense of tying up a loose ends. So I'll leave it at that. I will be up during the month. Again, please do have a very happy Christmas and a safe New Year's, and thank you for following and liking and subscribing. Love and light, guys. Bye.